Hey everyone, welcome back to Living Linda Abroad. If you're living in Portugal, planning your move, or counting down the years to citizenship, today's update is a big one. The Portuguese nationality law, the one lawmakers approved in late October, has hit a major pause button. On November 13th, the Socialist Party, or PS, took the unusual step of sending the law directly to the Constitutional Court, bypassing the president. So, what does that mean? And how does this affect your timeline for citizenship? Let's break it all down. First, here's the quick recap. In late October, Parliament approved several big changes to Portugal's nationality rules. The biggest one? Increasing the naturalization timeline from 5 years to 7 years for EU and CPLP citizens, and 10 years for most non-EU residents. There were also changes to how time is counted, shifting from the date you apply for residency to the date your first permit is issued. And as we all know, delays happen. So that change alone could push some people's timelines back by months or even years. For a lot of expats, immigrants, and investors, this created huge uncertainty. Last Thursday, November 13th, PS stepped in and triggered what's called a preventive constitutional review. Here's what that means in plain English. They formally asked the Constitutional Court to review the law before it can be signed. And because they did that, the law is now frozen. It cannot be approved by the president. It cannot go into effect. Everything stops until the court makes a decision. This move is extremely rare. It's only happened twice since Portugal's 1976 constitution was created. So this tells us something important. PS believes there are serious constitutional problems with the law, especially around fairness, equality, and legitimate expectations, meaning people already living under the 5-year rule shouldn't suddenly be hit with a 10-year requirement. So no, PS is not in favor of the 10-year rule as it's currently written. There are a few reasons PS may have chosen this route. Legal concerns. Constitutional scholars warned that parts of the law probably violate core principles, especially fairness and legal certainty. PS wants the court, not politics, to decide that point. Protecting residence and stability. Many people built their lives around the 5-year path. Changing that suddenly could be harmful, especially after years of long AMA delays. PS seems to be signaling that those residents deserve stability. Political strategy. By going straight to the court, PS avoided putting this decision entirely on the president. This allows the court to be the referee and reduces political fallout. Buying time. The review halts the law for up to 25 days, or longer if the court needs. That pause gives space to renegotiate and possibly adjust the most controversial parts. The Constitutional Court normally has 25 days to respond after receiving the request. PS submitted theirs on November 13th, which means the earliest decision could arrive around December 8th. But, important note, the court isn't strictly bound to that timeline. They can go faster or they can take more time if the case is complex. I'll be watching this closely and will update you as soon as a ruling is announced. So what does all of this mean for those of us living in Portugal or hoping to move here? The old rules still apply. The 5-year residency requirement is still in effect right now. No changes can take effect until the court rules. Even if the court approves the law, it must still go back to the president for signing. There is still a real chance the controversial parts could be struck down. If the court finds constitutional issues, those parts must be rewritten. If you're near the 5-year mark, this pause is good news. Nothing will change for you, at least for now. For a lot of expats, myself included, this pause gives some breathing room and a little more clarity, at least temporarily. I'll continue tracking this day by day, and I'll post an update as soon as the Constitutional Court releases its decision. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you don't miss the next video, especially if this law affects your timeline for citizenship. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.